Welcome back to this episode of Cope's Corner. I'm your host, Mike Copenaver, aka Real Mike. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook, all the likes of KOPESKORNER. I'm stoked to talk about some past UFC Blades versus Aspinall that went on and recap those bets and have some bets for UFC 277, the pay per view going down. Amanda, the Lioness Nunes, is taking on Juliana Pena for the second time, trying to reclaim her belt and regain her throne. First and foremost, I'd like to thank the sponsors of the show. First sponsor that I'd like to thank of the show is Melon Brand Hats. It's a luxury line of hats that my boy Brian McDonald talked about how he'd have a hat line unlike anything else you've ever seen. Some of them are waterproof. Some have suede underneath the bills. Some are like just really, really cool stuff, man. They sponsor those park districts. So there's some really cool ones that go and give proceeds to the parks if you like camping, going outdoors with your kids. They have pastel pack if you ladies like those colors, or men. I like the weird colors too. So, but I really, really can't thank Melon Brand Hats enough for giving me the chance to sport and support their stuff. Secondly, I'd like to thank FokaiStuff.com. It's FOKAI. It's Guamilian gear. My boy Roman from Guam came up with this island vibe wear. They have shirts, blankets, hats, fanny packs, beanies, all kinds of really cool stuff that goes and that supports the Islanders over there from Guam. Really, really good people. So I can't thank you enough, Chelu. And then also like to thank Spliff Seeds Amsterdam. It's a SPLIFF Seeds. It's a luxury line of marijuana genetics that I'm sponsored by. I don't know why the actual picture did not pop up like it should, but either way, go over to Spliff Seeds Amsterdam, get yourself some seeds, and they have some really, really cool stuff. And then thirdly, I'd like to thank Sua Law Group. It's SUA. It's my boy Brandon Sua, one of the best lawyers that there is in the 805 and Los Angeles County. Goes all over the United States when he has to dominate and penetrate the DA and on the crooked cops. They do a family law, criminal defense, and personal injury. I've done some personal injury stuff with them. The criminal, my brothers had to use them for criminal stuff. Just an absolute wonderful man. I can't thank him and his family enough for all that they do and supporting me here on this endeavor. But with that said, those are the sponsors of the show. Can't thank you guys enough. Can't thank all you guys for your support and the views and everything that you guys do. Mr. B, the MMA guy, will be the guest host for tonight. He'll jump in the mix very shortly. I believe this time I actually sent him the invite, unlike the following weeks where I fucked up. But with that said, let's jump into the review of Blades versus Aspinall, which was the UFC Fight Night. UFC London is the better name for it. It was yeah, it was really good. It was like no, it wasn't good. It was good for like some things, and then it wasn't good for some things at all. But the only big mistake that I made was Bear Jew, and it did not feel good. I fucking hate losing bets, and I talked a lot of shit last week, and so whenever you do that and then you go and put some bets down, you could be setting yourself up for eating absolute shit the next time out. But with that said, UFC Fight Night Blades versus Aspinall was aka UFC London at the O2 Arena. So the fans are dope there, man. I got to give them that. But with that said, the first fight of the night was Nicholas Dalby took on Claudio Silva. And I had Nicholas Dalby, the Doughboy Dalby, picked here to beat Claudio Silva, and he did exactly what I thought he did, just absolutely dominated him pretty much for all three rounds, one unanimous decision. The next fight of the night was Victoria Leonardo took on Mandy Bohm. Victoria Leonardo, looked good. I know that Clint Die Hard Podcast MMA was a real big on Victoria Leonardo, so I was stoked for him to cash this bet. Victoria Leonardo defeated Mandy Bohm, 3-round decision. It just seems like Mandy Bohm just isn't strong enough, nor does she have the takedown defense to deflect some of the things that she needs to do. But so with that said, that was the second fight of the night. The third fight of the night was Jai Herbert took on Kyle Nelson. Another 3-round decision. Jai Herbert, I had him picked here on the show, said he'd be too long, a little bit too much for Kyle Nelson. But I believe that I was a little bit hairy and scarier on this one than I'd liked it to be. But shout out to Jai Herbert for being able to get a decision win there. Like I said, this card was not very much fun. It's gonna be easier to go almost to a review because of it. And then the next fight, you had Mohammed Makhov took on Charles Johnson. This is a fight where just Makhov just wet blanket and smother Charles Johnson. Charles Johnson could not defend. He has good takedown defense, and he did decent, but he was just absolutely getting penetrated and annihilated with the chain wrestling that Makhov had. I was not happy with the fight. It was very much boring. I like grappling. I like wrestling. Didn't like this fight here. I wanted to see Charles Johnson and him bang a little bit more. But to Makhav's credit, you want to win the fight. So, he did what he had to do to win the fight. And so Makhav won the fight, 3-round decision. One of the most boring events. Now that I fully go back in my brain onto this event, this card, like I said, it was unanimous decision, 4 fucking in a row until finally we have a bet here for Cope's Corner, and we had JSP, not GSP, the other motherfucker, JSP from United States, Tennessee, to be specific. Shout out to that Tennessee barbecue out there. He took on Makwan Americani, and I told y'all last week this fool ain't Mr. Finland. I mean, this dude's gonna get minced up, beat up, and JSP did exactly that. Ended up TKOing him round 2, basically ragdolling Makwan Americani all around the ground, the floor, everywhere, beating the fucking piss out of this kid. It was absolutely spectacular. So shout out to us for cashing 1 unit there. We had JSP. Really good call for me and Mr. B at that. I'm gonna try to give Mr. B another invite just in case he didn't get it. But I'm pretty sure I did. But there we go. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so JSP, amazing performance. Beautiful bet by us there. The night would have been really, really good if it wasn't for one fucking motherfucking bet. And we'll get into that as we go. But that was the first cash of the show for Cope's Corner. Cashed $100, 1 unit. JSP. So let's see. What up, Kick Your Bass? Appreciate you, my dude. Always appreciate you supporting me. Hope your family is good. Hopefully Mr. B is going to jump in the mix here shortly. I'm just going to run through the last week's bets. Last week's card was one of the most boring fucking cards ever. I mean, I can't believe they're making us pay for the one this weekend, let alone now we're going to have to go and watch this. Last weekend's was boring, so it is what it was. But yeah, shout out JSP for cashing that bet for us. It made me somewhat happy. The next fight of the night was Nathaniel Wood took on Charles Rosa, the OG Charles Rosa. The OG got his ass fucking kicked from pillar to post, dominated, penetrated, annihilated. Nathaniel fucking Wood absolutely looked phenomenal. Gave him no space to breathe, was just mincing him up with combos, kicks, anything you want to do, putting him on the ground, smothering him, wet blanketing him. If he wasn't a negative 5 million, we would have obviously thrown down some kind of a bet on him there. But I mean, there was pretty much nothing that you could do on that one. And if I did pick one, it probably would have been inside the distance, because he probably should have beat Charles Rosa inside the distance, because he was beating the fucking brakes on him. I believe it was round 2 that he was just getting absolutely pieced up. So Nathaniel Wood looked pretty amazing versus the OG Boston Strong Charles Rosa, but we're going to have to wait until he fights a motherfucker his age, his size, and his attributes, because Charles Rosa used to be, is not nowadays. The next fight of the night was Mark that Casey took on Damir Hasvic. And this fight here, I mean, pretty much called it. I mean, Mark Casey, I said that his wrestling was going to be just too much after he implemented it last time. And now that his cardio is getting better and his striking is better, but there was no fucking striking in this affair. It was boring as fucking shit. I was so fucking upset with the fact that he was fucking hugging and praying and laying the whole fucking time. Mark Casey, that was you. And even I believe it was DC was saying he was boring and it was no fun. It was boring and it was absolutely no fun. It made it for just a really shitty UFC card. Another 3-round decision. Let's go back and check this out. How many were there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 unanimous, 6 decisions. Only finish was our bet, JSP. I mean, fucking boring garbage. Can't believe this is the stuff that we were watching last weekend. It was just terrible. And I don't care. Like, well, cool, bro. You got your win money. You gained 0 fans, and all you did was just kick the beehive, because now we're just like, this shit sucked. The next fight of the night, another 3-round fucking decision. Unbelievable. Ludwig Klein took on Mason Jones. It's another one here that I had Ludwig Klein. We did. We had him picked to beat Mason Jones because I felt like Mason Jones was going to be there to bang, that there was going to be too much from Ludwig Klein, and he hadn't showcased anything. So as a big underdog, Ludwig Klein cash. Mason Jones was defeated by a 3-round decision, like I said. So shout out to you motherfuckers who cashed that bet. Man, I don't know how I didn't jump on that one, but it was probably because we had a lot of other money out. But either way, didn't bet on it. Didn't care. The next fight of the night was the one that we did care. Paul, the Bear Jew, Craig took on Volkan, no time, Ozdemir. And I did fucking say last week that fucking Bear Jew was going to make no time and quick work of fucking Volkan Ozdemir. Not the case. Absolutely boring. Another 3-round decision where it was just hideous. Boring as could be. Volkan Ozdemir defeated Paul Craig via 3-round decision. Can't even blame no time. Can't even say it was Volkan's fault. Kind of blaming the Bear Jew. This was a really bad one for the show. We cashed the first bet, and then we end up taking a major L here. I put 1 unit out on him on the underdog for Bear Jew, lost that. So $100. So the one we won, right back. Now we're at 0. Then I put down 2 units on Bear Jew inside the distance at plus 650. That did not happen, and so we lost 2 units there. So it was a vicious rare time. What up, my man, Mr. B?
Yo, what's happening?
Yeah, I could see you kick your bass. Hope you're doing good, my dude. How you doing, B? How's your family? All recovered?
Everybody's good, man. Yeah, everybody's good. Just a little busy. I've been busy. Busy day today, man. Busy day. And I'm supposed to just be chilling at home.
What up, Hunter for life? What up, Will? Yeah, appreciate you guys being here live. I was just going over last weekend's card because we're going to go over in depth this one. And I mean, last weekend's card was fun. It was pretty boring, right, B?
Yeah, it was boring. It went bad for some of our bets. Some were good, some were bad.
Well, they were good in the sense of if this guy right here that's on the screen, Paul the Bear Jew Craig, I went out on a limb and I talked a lot of shit.
Too. Oh, my God.
I talked. If you guys go back last week and you guys want to fucking laugh a lot, last weekend I just went off for Bear Jew talking just all kinds of shit about no time. And so I ended up eating a fucking major L here with the Bear Jew. And that's what really hurt us this week because our UFC London parlay that we talked about, I mean, that shit was money. JSPB fucking dominated. I guess nice, Hunter or Will. Glad you did good. So last weekend there's no green light in the corner to this week, and that's not how I like to begin the show. So, but it is what it is. You take your L's when it happens, and so right there, we were 2 units down because of the fact that I had too much out on Paul the Bear Jew Craig. It's enough of him, but that was disgusting. His non-striking hobby.
Oh my God, man! For real, man.
Disgusting.
Low output striking. Man kept throwing himself on the floor.
Well,
trying to hope Ozdemir get in his guard. Like, come on, man. It looked like what was it? That Strike Force fight between Verdum and Overeem all over again.
It was disgusting. It reminded me of almost what was the leg lock Hall guy that I hate? Ian. What's Ryan Hall? He's so boring. I just hate
Ryan Hall. There you go.
And he might not even be as bad as the Bear Jew displayed himself on this fight here. It was just absolute trash, just like Hunter for Life said. Terrible. But the next fight of the night was the first leg of our parlay for the UFC London parlay that we nicknamed it, and it was Molly the Meatball McCann took on Hannah OnlyFans Goldie. I don't know if she has OnlyFans, but she should. But either way, Hannah 24 karat Goldie got her ass beat from the feet up. Ski. Fucking Molly McCann defeated her via KO, TKO, round 1. Cashed that first leg of the parlay to get us some fucking respect back because being down 2 did not help at all. But damn, dude, I felt like she was gonna beat the absolute fuck out of her. I'm kind of mad that we didn't go. She was negative 500, 450. So you couldn't just throw down a lot of money. That's why we parlayed her. We parlayed her and another fighter down later in the card for a negative 153 money line. So made us negative 153, made us 1 unit. It was actually a really, really good bet. If I could go back, I would slam everything my motherfucking mother on that UFC London parlay that I made. But either way, shout out to Molly Meatball McCann. How about her getting drunk as fuck and Paddy being all fucking crazy at the end of the Did you see Paddy? Paddy eating, dude? That fool can put down food fast.
Hell yeah. That man got no mercy on the food, man.
Yeah, dude. I love food
Molly,
too.
yo. Oh my God, Molly turned up, drinking Howler Head there with Michael Chandler, Joanna Young, Jared Check.
Yeah, Molly
Yo,
walked that bitch.
She drunk right after. Yeah. But beat the hell out of Hannah Goldie, man. I didn't expect that level of fire to come out that early in the fight. Oh my God.
It's like I did, and then I didn't. What up, Jason Frost? Appreciate you, my dude. Hope you're recovering in the hospital. I know you got a pneumothorax, and I had one of those too. When I actually had a hemothorax and a pneumothorax, so I know exactly how you feel not being able to breathe, my dude. But mine was from a knife wound. His is from his lung. Went into his fucking lung. His rib went into his lung in a fight. Hopefully, choke that guy out because he had his back. But either way, appreciate you guys all being here. And Hunter for Life said she started to annoy me after a while. She kept interrupting Paddy. She definitely did, but she's got a tug on those coat strings. She wants to put that mushroom tip in her mouth and go drip, drip, drip. I'm just saying. But did you see? Now that we're speaking of that, did you see her just staring all googly-eyed at Tom Aspinall at the bar when they were doing his chant? You saw that?
Yeah.
She was
I did.
She was struggling. I know that stroke. When a girl's at you at the bar and she's giving you that much energy on your shoulder, I'm telling you, she was just praying like, "Hey, Tommy boy, once you have one too many pints, you can just fall down in me." But either way, shout out to Molly McCann. Nothing to do with you, Dominic. I got to do it, B. I got to get crazy. But after this card sucked so bad, that shit was worth it. The next fight was an absolute murder. We saw a man get murdered. Nikita Krylov absolutely silenced and devastated Alexander Gustafsson. Beat the fucking brakes, the piss, the fucking shit, his teeth, everything got the fucking beat out of Anderson Gustafsson. KO, TKO, round 1. We put half a unit, 0.5 units on the submission prop for Gustafsson at a plus, that was 1,200. Not a good idea. Got his ass fucking kicked. I told you all that Krylov had that striking, but you got to put it down sometimes on those chances. But Nikita Krylov looked phenomenal, B.
Gus got to retire, dog. Gus got to retire. It's a wrap. Gus got to retire. I don't even want to talk about this fight, honest to God. Gus never touched the pedal. That man never had a chance to throw a punch. That man lost all the will, man. Immediately, I don't know, bro, but that man, Krylov, teleported from where he was at to the center of the cage, started throwing heat, dropped Gustafsson, kept pouring on the heat. Gus was never in the fight, bro. Oh, my God. Yo, you want to talk about a bet that I was sure on that hurt my soul? It was that in the Craig fight, man.
This was a Hail Mary flick for me. I was not sure on this one. Otherwise, you'd see a money line bet on a plus 170.
Bro.
But Paul Craig was an absolute disgrace of a bet. I'm just one of my worst for sure. But either way, it is what it is.
Gus got laid out, bro.
Rest in peace. I mean, there is no way you should be fighting ever again, especially at that upper echelon. It was disgusting watching you get killed, but it is what it is. I loved watching it because all the fights sucked balls, and Molly McCann started off a tailspin of absolute domination.
Hell yeah!
The next fight would be no different. It would be the other leg of our UFC London parlay. Paddy motherfucking Paddy Pimblett took on Jordan Monkey King Levitt, and my boy JJ was here. JR Gomez, of last week we had a bet. Not only did I threw down twice as much money as his bet. It wasn't a big bet. He wanted to throw $5. I threw 10. I had 10 on Paddy the Batty versus my best friend JJ. You better believe I cashed that shit. And I told y'all last week if Jordan Levitt won, I'd shave my head. See this hair? Fucking not shaving, baby. So you know we cashed that shit. Finally, something cashes. UFC London parlay cashes. Paddy the Batty, Molly the Meatball McCann. Paddy the Batty submits Jordan Levitt in round 2. What about it be?
Good fight. As we said on the show last week, Jordan Levitt's one path to victory was his grappling. He did really good on the grappling. Was kind of okay with the striking. I think Paddy did a little bit better on the striking than he did. But he put a high level of grappling there. But it seems Paddy was ready, man. And our boy there went for a little high crowd. He went for a little bit of a double leg. And sat a little bit too much. Paddy came and got sneaky. Caught him with the rear naked, but then put the hooks in. Once he had the opportunity to, man locks up the triangle, the body triangle, but locks up the arm as well.
Yep.
Locked up the right. Was it the right arm? Yeah, the right arm.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Man, Jordan Levitt had nowhere to go, nowhere to escape. Paddy sinks it in. It's a wrap. Second round sub.
That ticker is for you, JJ. That ticker right there, 2-0 on the show when you're in the chat talking shit. So you guys, anytime my best friend J.R. Gomez is in the chat talking shit about a bet and we go head to head, put your house on whatever I say versus what he says. It's just fucking sure as shit gold. So he ain't even in the chat this week because he's scared right now. And I told him he's been scared all week. He's been at church praying, making sure that the next, he survives the next, something. But either way, so Paddy the motherfucking Batty did the damn thing here. It was phenomenal for the crowd because everybody came there pretty much to see him.
Yeah.
And after the fights were so bad, that UFC London parlay cashing for us made things a lot better. Ended up making us only lose $150. Lost 1.5 units all night because of it. It was what it was. It was that fucking bear Jew for 3 units that really fucked us up. But I talked a lot of shit, and when I talk shit, I gotta back it. So at least I backed my mouth, I backed my shit, and I lost my ass. It is what it is. But the next fight of the night was the Joker Hermanson took on Chris Curtis. And man, Chris Curtis did not do what I wanted him to do, B. And another boring decision, kind of.
Somewhat. I give Jack Hermanson a lot of shit about his fighting style and his awkward ass single leg takedowns. Give credit to him though. Clap it up for him. He only shot for one. He shot for one single leg. One.
Yeah.
And the rest of it, he let Chris Curtis let him dictate the pace of the fight as well as the range. He became full-fledged kickboxer for the majority of the fight, using a lot of his kicks, a lot of the range, taking away the boxing reach from Chris Curtis, applying a lot of those kicks to like the head as well as the legs. A lot of leg kicks, a lot of head kicks, some kicks to the body, mixed it up. Pretty good game. And Chris Curtis was getting upset. He trash talked after the fight, got super mad.
Yeah.
But you only have yourself to blame because they expected the wrestler, like many of us kind of expected, and man came out as a kickboxer. That was fucking crazy. But yep.
Yeah, it was. I like Chris Curtis a lot just as a person, but as a professional, it doesn't look very good when you act like that after you lose. Like you just got in a fight and you lost the fight. Like what are you gonna do? Get in a fight? No.
Word.
Like you fucking lost. Like just go shut up. Go drink some beer, eat some carbs, get some pizza, have some fun, fuck some bitches. 150s, big ass titties. Count the green, get in between those titties. Come on, let's party. Sorry, I had to do that next Friday. Next Friday, reference had to pop in real fast.
But give him props though. He did apologize. He apologized later in the night for his behavior. He took pictures with him.
He's a good. I do appreciate men when they make mistakes, much like I try, I'm not the best person, but when I make a mistake, I really do try to come back and say, I fucked up and that wasn't really correct. Like I do when I talk shit like last week when I said that no time was going to get wrecked. Well, he didn't. He's a Rolex this week, right? But either way, but yeah, shout out to Chris Curtis for actually, having the cojones to say when he was wrong. The main event of the evening was Curtis Blades took on Tom Aspinall. And they say Curtis Blades won by KO TKO in round 1. But, man, it's very, very iffy to me. The thing was that Curtis Blades was kind of pressing forward. I think that Tom Aspinall, he threw a blind right kick. And then once he threw the blind right kick and that he tried to set back, he immediately felt that his knee gave out. It looked like Curtis Blades landed a punch, but I don't even think the punch landed at all. But either way, man, it was a very disappointing end to a very disappointing UFC London in the sense there was only a few fights that were worth any of our time, especially if you were having a party. And Tom Aspinall got his knee blown out pretty much by Curtis Blades, KO TKO round 1. What about this fight, B?
For what it was, man, really unfortunate for Tom Aspinall. Really wanted to see how this fight was going to turn out for both men. Curtis Blades, well, for Tom Aspinall in front of the crowd, see if you deliver and make that one step up to a title shot. For Curtis Blades, it was to see how good he was against another one of these upstarts, these young upstarts in the division that's, catching a crazy wave. Really unfortunate for Aspinall, as you said. Threw the kick, went back to place, tweaked the hell out of that knee, man. We talk probably got a tear possibly, but more than likely there's a tear there. Fucked up, man. Really unfortunate. It was good to see them back in the hotel, though, sharing beers and talking, but
yeah, that was
really,
cool.
really disappointed, man. That's 2 events back to back where the main event was unfortunately ended due to the injury. But speedy recovery, and we'll see where they go after, man.
Yeah. So with that said, that was UFC London. Sad to say, we lost 1.5 units. That's the only time we don't have the green light in the corner. It doesn't happen very often, but it is what it is. Got to be transparent. 1.5 units down the drizzy, but we rolled last weekend and absolutely annihilated. So we had a little bit of padding. You hate to use it, but you had to do it. But with that said, we have UFC 277, the pay-per-view going down this weekend, tomorrow, Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So make sure you're tuning in, I guess, a little bit earlier than normal because of that. But with that said, the first fight of the night, we have Orion Koski is taking on the Blood Diamond. Orion Koski looked like absolute shite on the scales. B, did you see his face?
Yes, I did.
Oh my God!
I did.
Now, B, so I had no fucking I didn't skin in this game, right? Didn't really care about this fight in general, right? But I do a lot of body language and energy and watching them at the weigh-ins, and I like to see how they come in and how they look and whatnot. But Blood Diamond looked a little bit bigger. He looked healthier. He looked stronger. And Koski looked like absolute piss now. And he missed weight, right, B?
Yeah, he missed weight by 1.5 pounds. Yes, sir.
So now we got a guy miss weight who's favored, favored.
Yep. Yeah.
And not just been favored. They've been kind of not steaming them, but they've moved them almost 50 cents on the dollar. It was open up negative 150. Now he's over negative 200, depending on where you're getting him. Right now, Blood Diamond's at a plus 142 underdog, B.
I peep that. And they're basing that. They're basing that based on his finishing ability and the fact that the man can wrestle.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he better be able to wrestle, but how's his gas tank after this weight cut? What was wrong with this whole camp that he is this shitty showing up right here? Because he was supposed to be fighting the whole time. Isn't Blood Diamond the later replacement? Because
if I remember,
there was another fight schedule. Hold on 1 second. It was never mind. It just best fight odds had one up for no reason. It's crazy. They have a Orion Koski versus a Mike Mathitha. That's weird.
No. That's right. That's Blood Diamond. That's Blood Diamond.
Wow. That's his real name.
They had him. Yeah, they had him booked earlier this year. They had him booked earlier this year, but it was scratched. Yeah,
that's funny.
Mike
so anyway,
Mateta,
they had the double named, and it threw me off greatly because of Blood Diamonds. That's his name, like War Machine's my brother's name now.
Yeah,
but either way, I'm like, I think I might have to throw down on the inside the distance for Blood Diamond because he can throw a submission or a TKO KO on the ground. I don't know if Koski's really there, but what do you think, B?
I kind of had the feeling too after watching the weigh-ins. As I said, Orion is a big dude, man. That's when they're gonna hydrate, he's fucking huge, man. But it is that cardio, man. We seen his brother. His brother had a shit cardio when he fought that dude Palatnikov. Remember that shit? Orion, Orion fought Phil Rowe. He fought Phil Rowe, and Rowe was able to, manage to pull off some of the striking, a little bit of the little iffy jiu-jitsu, you know what I mean? He gave Cozy a hard time. If Blood Diamond could get away from the wrestling and just keep this sharpshooting and, if he worked on his improvements, we probably see a nice highlight reel knockout from that man. But then with the dude like Cozy who got fucking finishing rate as well, god damn. We got to fight, man. We got to fight. But as you said, that cardio, because of the weight cut, this fight was supposed to be made beforehand, and it wasn't.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I might lean with Blood Diamond on this one. I know we took him the last time, and that didn't go well. But they might take him this time. They might take him this go round.
After reading the energy and everything, and Diamond inside the distance is plus 300 right now. I'm willing to throw at $50, a half a unit, 0.5 units. I'm going to throw down on Blood Diamond inside the distance on 5 dimes. I just feel like it's just an absolute gift in the sense if he can do it, he can do it. I really think, like I said, because sometimes people get caught up with just KO, TKO, because that should be the way he does do it if he does it. Yeah. But he could clip him on the ground and sub him. And if you look at Orion Koski or Blood Diamond's record, he has a submission win. So, and so I don't want to not have him covered if he ends up knocking him down and subbing him. So, but we shall see, man. I just don't like the body language of Koski. I gotta go with that energy, and that's what I'm feeling. So, with that said, first bet of the night is I didn't want to do it, but I had to off the body language of the weigh-ins. Go do your research yourself. Go look at the body language, look at the size, look at all that, and tell me what you like and do what you want to do. The next fight of the night is Murano is taking on Eor Potoria. How do you say that, B?
Poteria.
Okay, said I butchered that. But I'm let you break that down first, B.
All right, man. So we got this light heavyweight fight. So we're going with Nick Negumereanu. There you go. 12-1, man. 27 years old, light heavyweight. Well, of course, but he was a little bit in middleweight and light heavyweight. 6 foot tall, 78-inch reach, out of Brasov, Romania. Currently riding a 3-fight win streak, man. He tends to strike, but he's a wrestler at heart, man. So his last fight he had was back in March. He fought Kennedy and Ezekiel, won by a split decision. He fought Ike Villanueva and knocked him, pretty much TKO, right hook to ground strikes. That was back in October. And Aleska Kamor, that was a split decision. I remember that fight. That was not a really good fight. That was a weird fight. But man. Okay striking. Has a deceptive wrestling game. He kind of put that on Kamor, and he kind of used that on Kennedy as well. And I think that's kind of what forced Kennedy's hand to start wrestling as well now. But he's okay with his wrestling, his little clinch stuff and whatever. He's going up against the newcomer, Ihor Poteria. There you go, Poteria. The duelist, 26 years old, 6'3" with a 75-inch reach, out of Ukraine on a 7-fight win streak.
He looked
man.
massive. Yes, he did.
Yeah, this dude looked huge.
Massive.
Yeah, he did.
Angry.
He looked bigger than Nick, and that was weird,
He
bro.
looked scary.
Yeah, and let's address the elephant in the room real quick. My man only got 4 decisions. He got 16 finishes, 9 by KO, TKO, and 7 by submission. This motherfucker's violent, bro.
Yeah, he is.
And he came through on the Contender Series last season. I remember this one. He fought a guy by the name of Lucas Sadolski. One with the nasty punches to a ground and pound.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really a really good fight, man. I think that was like back in like during week 5, but if I remember correctly. But he also fought regional. You know, he had a submission. He had a referee stoppage, KO, TKO. Very few decisions, as you mentioned, but a lot of finishes, and he's nasty with his subs as well. I had to take a little leak and look at him, a little peek through the YouTubes.
Peek.
Yeah, man. And he's really, he attacks. He's constant with the attack. I really like it. Nick Murano tends to slow down fights. He will start a little fast and then start to slow down fights, applying his wrestling.
Lacks volume.
Yeah. And Eeyore tends to be a little bit of the aggressor, but knows how to calm himself and ride through some of these fights. There are a lot of first-round finishes, though. I will not lie. A lot of first-round finishes. So we may see, how his gas tank is going to be for the later rounds. That might hide into Nick's game. But I might go with the new guy here, man. I might go with the fancy new toy. I might go with the fancy new toy.
That's my boy, B. That's why the fuck you're here. Because I'm feeling the same thing, man. And like I said, I go off energy, the weigh-ins, the research that me and B do, fight knowledge, everything that we see. And with Niku, he's not that spectacular. He lacks volume, like B said, especially in the later the like round 2 and 3 and the later round 2 especially, but then into 3. But either way, if he's not the hammer, he has a problem. If he's being pushed up and backed up and aggressed, he's not really the type of fighter who likes a guy coming at him like that. It's not like he's spectacular fucking kickboxer or some fucking crazy knockout power in the sense. And so I actually like him too, dude. And I'm gonna be throwing down right now. Right now, the odds makers have him at I believe even money right now. Oh no, sorry. Damn, he got steamed a little bit. He opened up negative 200, and then went down, and then he went back up. After the weigh-ins, I think people saw the same thing. Right now, 5 Downs have a negative 157, so that's where I'm going to be throwing down. Yeah, so 1.57 units I'm going to have to throw down there. But there are some other lines out there that you can get on other books if you are a part of another book. There looks like there is there's about even money on FanDuel. There's even money on BetMGM. There's a bet money on even money on DraftKings. I personally bet on 5 Dimes or Bovada, and right now the odds are what they are. So is what it is. 1.57 units on the new guy Eeyore. I just feel like this dude is absolutely devastating. I feel like he can come in there and dismantle Niku because of the fact he doesn't have a lot of volume. And my Hunter for Life, Will Smith over there, he says that he's got the same. And so I just felt like the energy of this dude, and he was just big next to this motherfucker too.
Yeah,
crazy. I couldn't believe how big that he really looked, man. So I'm glad that we agree, B. I love when you and I walk into a fight and do the same exact thing. The next fight is Yeon Kim is taking on Jocelyn Edwards. And in this fight here, B, I'm going to be honest. I'm not a big fan of either. I'm not a big fan of lower class MMA, especially when there's a lot of losing in their records. Jocelyn Edwards missed weight again, right, B?
Yep.
And they made
Missed
this.
by a pound and a half. Yeah.
Didn't they make it a catch weight before she
Yes,
missed? Or
they announced after she missed.
like how many?
So
How
they
many
announced
times,
it as a catch weight. They said sure, and they announced
yeah.
it a catch weight.
How many times you gonna miss, bitch? You know it's crazy. So either way, Jocelyn Edwards, she is. Let's get into her right now. Sorry, guys. I just got the weigh-ins are what I was just really getting into me. She's 11-4. She calls herself El Pantera. She's 26 years old, 5'8", with a 70-inch reach. She's on a one-fight win streak. She last took on Ramona Pascal, and if you look at Ramona Pascal, to be honest, I really don't believe that she belongs in the UFC. That's who she beat last, unanimous decision. Jessica Rose Clark, she lost unanimous decision. Carol Rosa, unanimous decision, lost. She beat Yeon Wu, unanimous decision back in 2021. So, you know, this girl with her, to me, she's a striker, and likes to use her reach and she likes to use her length, but she lacks the wrestling takedown defense to really implement her game. But to be fair, she was pretty young when she came into the UFC. She's only 26 years old. What's crazy is I thought that Jocelyn would have a bigger reach, but she's 2 inches smaller reach, 1 inch height advantage for Jocelyn Edwards. Kim doesn't, if you look at her in the weigh-ins, doesn't have a ripped, chiseled body, doesn't look like she's super strong. I'm another person where I can't be like, oh my God, this girl's the best striker. This girl's the best jiu-jitsu girl. She calls herself a boxer. She's pretty much won by decision, hooks to the body to Nadia Kassam, not a fighter at all. And then rear naked chokes are only 2 finishes in the last like 10 fights. I'm going to go Yeon Kim because of the body language of Jocelyn Edwards was that bad. There's no way I could back her after making a catch weight 10 pounds up. Then you miss it by 2.5 pounds. It just looks really gross. Right now, Jocelyn Edwards is a negative 122 favorite, plus 102 comeback on 5 dimes. I'm going Yeon Kim here. I don't care, but I'm going with that. What do you say, B?
First off, I got to say, I like Yeon Kim. I've cheered for Yeon Kim plenty of times. Yeon Kim has given me happiness when she beat up Nadia Kassem. That was a funny ass fight. If you haven't ever watched that fight, it was a flyweight fight. Go watch that shit. It was funny. Nadia did the fake glove touch, tried to swing, and then got caught with the fucking left hand. Yep. Hilarious shit.
Karma.
But yeah, man. This is a weird fight. Because Yeon Kim called Fire Fist. She got that crazy ass power, man, in her straight hand punches. But her output is kind of iffy. And we seen Jocelyn Edwards. Jocelyn Edwards missed weight, yeah. But Jocelyn Edwards tends to tag a lot of people. Her striking is not really like a lot of power in it. Her kicks kind of have power, but there's a lot of volume that comes from her. She has some crazy volume that she throws out there against a lot of the opponents. But opponents have found their way to take her down. That's her big Achilles heel, that she can't defend. She can't really defend the takedowns like that. Every fight she's been in, she manages to get taken down. And so I was like, damn. Edwards might get a way to win this fight at 135 here.
Yeah, someone's getting cut, and I think it's Jocelyn.
But if Yeon Kim, because this is one of the very few times, I think her first time at 135, because she's been fighting at 125 and shit, or I think like her return to 135 in like a while. She looked like she has the body to handle it, and I think she's gonna probably try to put a little bit of wrestling on Jocelyn. But she got to up the output, man. She got to up the output. If she doesn't up the output, Edwards is going to take her out on points, man. So
I know, isn't it suck? I wanted to pick Edwards if she'd fucking make weight and she was showed up confident at the fucking scales, and I probably would have picked Jocelyn Edwards, but I cannot pick a girl who ate too many Twinkies last night.
So I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna say that we'll probably see Yeon Kim do her thing here tomorrow.
You know,
I'm gonna say I'm not gonna bet it, but I'm gonna say that she could do her thing. It's that tricky of a fight, though.
Yeah,
It's that narrow of a fight. It will probably go to a decision, and it'll be a very close ass decision. But yeah, I'm gonna go that route.
I bet you the over is a lot of money, but if you want to slam your house on the over, possible. And you know what? Actually, don't even do that because maybe Kim fucking subs her or something stupid. Who knows? Don't touch the shit. If you do dog or pass, Kim, blah blah. Next fight of the night is Michael Morales takes on Adam Fugit. You're lucky you get to touch it first, man, because I love Michael Morales. What do you say about this fight?
Young man Morales, man. Really good fight here they put, man, between the young man Michael Morales. He like 22 years old, young ass kid,
looking fly,
super savage, man, undefeated right now. Yeah, 23. My bad. 6 foot tall with the 79-inch reach. Represent Ecuador out of Extreme Fitness Machala. Yeah, man. So far, so good. He smoked Trevin Giles. Back at UFC 270. He fought on the Contender Series against this dude Nikolay Veretennikov. There you go. I remember that. Good output striking, good grappling shit, good grappling chops that he showed, which is very surprising for some of the international fighters. He did his thing, man. And as far as regional stuff, KOs, TKOs, a lot of finishes. The boy's fast. The boy got pretty good hands, man. But he's going up against this man here, Adam Fugit. They say Fugit. I said Fugit. I said Fugit the other day because that shit was hilarious to me.
Yeah.
8-2, man.
When I eat pho, you know the pho, I walk in and I go, "What the pho?" And they love me when I walk in there, dude.
Well, old boy Adam here is 33 years old, 6'1". They didn't really say his reach, but he's on a 4-fight win streak. Trained out of Oregon. His last fight, though, which is big key, and you guys should watch this too if you can at LFA 125. He put away Solomon Redfro in under a minute, 43 seconds in round 1. Yeah. Solomon Renfro was one of the guys that was supposed to get picked up by the UFC. He was a hot prospect, and this dude showed up out of nowhere and smoked him. Insanity. KO'd this guy.
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, unreal.
Fucking crazy.
He was a big underdog too, I believe.
Yeah. He did some grappling with Nick Maximov, but he also had this strike. He fought this guy, Devin Brock, beat him with punches in round 2. Reno Remigo, rear naked choke. Jonathan Vicente beat this dude with a Kimura at the X1 World events. A lot of regional stuff. The man could strike. The man could grapple. I think that's why they put this fight up together, man, because Fuji got hands, man. He got hands. The boy got hands, and the boy got an ability. This is just like a young man's striker's delight fight almost, if you could call it. I will say Fugit might be a little bit more on the well-rounded side more than Morales. Might be. Morales' speed and awareness to his fights, though, is the shit that I like. He shows a lot of promise as well as a lot of skill for a 23-year-old kid. For a young man. He also gonna be a little slightly more bodied up than Fugit. Yeah, but I'm gonna take Morales on here, man. I think Morales is gonna come in here, laser sighted, laser focused, go out there, pick his shots, and then blast him out of the goddamn cage, man.
Yeah,
I'm taking that first round. I might see him smoke this dude in the first round, within the first 2 rounds. First round KO TKO, I might see. Morales is that type of guy. Yeah,
I feel the exact same way, B, man. This Michael Morales, the power, he's got a lot of devastating power in it, and he's just really, really strong and talented for as young as he is. with Fugit, he's been knocked out before by a guy named was it something Kalen? 1 second. Kalen Hill, who's only 4-2. So he got knocked out round one at this guy. So if he does not grab Michael Morales and hug nuts and get him against the cage and literally give him almost no space to strike, I just don't see how Adam Fugit's going to get this done. But I feel like same thing as you. First round KO, TKO. Michael Morales absolutely blast them into another atmosphere. And if you look at on like the odds, they have Michael Morales inside distance is fucking expensive. It's like -200. TKO KO is like -150. They're really believing in this kid, and they have a right to, man. I feel like he's super talented, and if they could ease him into some things, they can make a little star out of him. Just a little savage, dude. 23 years old is insane, man. But with that said, the next fight of the night is Jakar Close takes on Hoffa Garcia. In this fight here, man, we have I guess you could call him a little bit more of an OG with Jakar Close, who's 12-2-1. He's 34 years old. He's 5'9" with a 70-inch reach. He's on a one-fight win streak fighting out of Glendale, Arizona. Got a wrestling base, was a former collegiate wrestler. Really, really good at that. He just has little lapses here and there that you just can't trust sometimes, and that's really been his problem. But this dude's wrestling is sick. His striking is developing into its own. He's a little bit older than I'd like to see. We last took on Brandon Jenkins, won by punches round 2, and that's after coming back from the fucking nightmare left hand that in round 2 Beneil Dariush starched him with. But before that, man, he was kind of on a little roll of just winning unanimous decisions, doing his thing. I think that the loss helped him a ton in the sense, and then he came back and just absolutely blasted Brandon Jenkins. And now he's taking on Hoffa Garcia, who to me, he's going to be smaller. He's not going to be not near as gifted as a wrestler, no pun intended. Hoffa Garcia called himself the gifted. He's 14-2. He's 27 years old. He's 5'7" with a 68-inch reach, and he's on a 2-fight win streak, fighting out of Baja, Mexicali, California. Baja, California. So, he last took on Jesse Ronson, won by rear naked choke. Jesse Ronson. Nathan Levy beat unanimous decision. Name's not too bad, but he's not the greatest. Then he lost to Chris Gudesmucker, lost to Nazareth Haparas. I just feel like the size and the wrestling is just too much for him here, and I feel like Jakar Close is gonna end up winning, most likely a decision. But what do you say about this fight, B?
Ooh, yeah, this one I was kind of on a tug of war with.
I'm tugging
because just like how you said.
Yep.
Because just like how you said it, Jakar Close, you know what I mean? Tough guy, good wrestling skills. That KO of from Beneil Dariush was ugly. Bless him.
Sick.
It was sick. It was ugly. Jakar, that's the thing about this fight, because Jakar could get dragged into that situation with with Garcia here, Rafa. Because Rafa, we've seen Rafa, Rafa got beat up a little bit, he got tagged up a little bit, but we also see Rafa put out some wrestling on people now. Rafa's showing this wrestling game, and Rafa's wrestling game is pretty good.
It's getting better.
Pretty good.
It's getting good.
It's getting better. It's getting, you know what I mean? And he might use it here. Jakar might not even try to take down. He might try to keep this on just clinches and striking. And if that's the case, this is going to make it another one of those scenarios where you may have to throw hands with a guy like Garcia, and Garcia got some power on him, boy. This could be a fight where Jakar should get the unanimous decision. But don't be surprised if Rafa Garcia sneaks something and catches this man and puts something to sleep. We don't know. I don't know.
That's one of those. It's so because I would bet it if it was that easy. If it was, it's because how good Jakar Close is with him, with how he initiates his style of fighting, that makes it really difficult. Yeah. So it's tough,
I'm
man.
gonna take Jakar then. I'll take Jakar. To be on the safe side, I'll take
Yeah.
Jakar.
Well,
I'll
we
see
don't got to be on the
Jakar.
same. There's no bet here, but it's like
There's
I
no
want.
bet, but I'm gonna say I
I
think
feel.
Jakar will,
Yeah.
will use the wrestling to avoid the striking. There you go.
We're pretty much stuck on words with that one and saying the same thing. It's just like it's close. Close. If Close doesn't win this one, I'm gonna fucking be very disappointed in this bout here because I feel like he should have this, but he fucks up
Mhm.
one time and gets caught with a left hook from Rafa Garcia, and he will be nap. And
Yeah.
motherfucker, and Mexicans love them some mimis, so he'll be going sleep. But yeah, so with that said, that's Jakar Close versus Rafa Garcia. The next fight is Dontel Mays takes on Hamdi Abdawab. I'm gonna let you jump into that first, B.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell this fight is. Jesus Christ. What the hell is
It's
this?
a filler
This
fight.
this is bullshit. That's what it is.
This is not
uh,
heavyweight.
for real. Because what we were supposed to get Mays versus Tafa. And
Oh yeah.
unfortunately, a few weeks ago, Tafa had to pull out due to injury, which sucks. So we ended up with a guy all the way from uh Egypt to take this fight. And he's 3-0. The Hammer, I had to learn this name myself. Hamdi Abdel Wahab.
Oh wow, that was fucking impressive, folks. Give him a like and a subscribe for that shit.
The Hammer, man, 29 years old, 6'2" with the 73-inch reach, coming out of Cairo, Egypt, currently on a 5-fight win streak, representing Killer B Combat Sports. He's fighting out in.
Is that Ben? Is that Ben? Ben Saunders?
I don't know, might be,
Hold
but
on. You keep talking.
it's out of New York. It's out of New York,
Let me
New
check.
York. So it might be, I don't know.
I'll look up
Somebody
it. Sorry
else.
for interrupting. It Killer B Ben Saunders. Sorry, that's the reason why it popped up.
But yeah, man. Wahab, he fought some MMA fights. He fought some bare knuckle fights. I know he's 4-1 as an amateur, and he's 3-0 as a pro. A lot of his fights are by KO TKO. This first MMA pro fight, he won by leg injury, and he fought at Icon. So if you guys trying to see some video, go to Icon. That's on. You can check that out on YouTube, or if you have UFC Fight Pass, go check that out. They have the fights there. But there's a lot of KO TKOs on his ledger there. His one loss was due to illegal strikes. But that's a big motherfucker. He's a big motherfucker. He's fighting Dontel Mays, who's 9-4. Lord Kong, which is the weirdest fucking nickname. 9-4, 30 years old, 6'6", with the 81-inch reach. Trains with Bronx Hill MMA, currently riding a 2-fight win streak. Out of Louisville, Kentucky. That's where the gym's at. His background is kickboxing and judo. Now he's applying his judo. He's been using a lot of his kickboxing and boxing. His 2 wins come from one against Josh Parisian, where he won from elbows from crucifix. That was when he applied his wrestling. The other one was Roque Martinez. I think Roque got cut. That was the big dude. He beat that guy by unanimous decision. Roque was pretty much there to get hit. Come the fuck on, man. He lost to Rodrigo Nascimento beforehand by rear naked choke. And Cyril Gahn smoked him by heel hook in round 3. After he pretty much beat that guy up for majority of the fight, outclassed him, then he put him in the heel hook. Fucking asshole Cyril Gahn is.
Yeah, right.
But yeah.
Because everyone bet on the TKO KO, and then he's like, "Oh, I'll sub you."
Word. But he's also fought a couple other guys. He fought Alan Crowder. It's weird because he lost to Alan Crowder. Yes, the same Alan Crowder that got knocked out by Jairzinho Rosenstrike. That same guy who won against Greg Hardy. Yeah, that same Alan Crowder. That same Crowder guy. Yeah. And he beat Mohammed Usman years before that. Now, when I look at fights like this, it's like this is a gimme fight. Dontel May should win this. If he's fighting his improved way, he's gonna go in there. He's gonna pick shots, use his judo or some wrestling, take this handy guy down. More than likely, probably get the finish on the ground. If unless he could tire him out, and then probably get the finish on the feet. Um, yeah, that's how I see it. Abdul Wahab 3-0 in fights. Unless Wahab is gonna wing some crazy ass punches and manage to catch Mays' chin and just put him away, Sleepsville. This should be a pretty easy fight for Dontel Mays to win, man. That's all.
Yeah, you did a great. You did a great job breaking that one down. You don't need to get too in depth in it. I mean, Hamby is as a wrestler. He wants to get this down on the ground. He does charge like a bull, like Will Smith said, and it's pretty much his only game plan is to get this on the ground. But Dontel Mays isn't the best wrestler in the sense. So it's kind of he's bigger. He's going to be so much. He's a lot bigger. That what should help him somewhat stuff the takedowns, especially with the TKO KO punches. So I do like Dontel Mays here in this fight. I don't like the odds on him in the sense because I would never pay negative 200 for Dontel Mays ever. But especially just because if he gets hug and wrestle fuck for 3 rounds, I would be scared. I'm gonna pick Dontel Mays here, but if he gets wrestle fucking blanketed by this guy here, then it you know what do you say, man? But
I'll be disappointed.
Yeah, but hopefully Dontel Mays can get it done. It seems like everyone is on that side, and that's where it's trending. The next fight is Drew Dober, everybody's fucking models, taking on Rafael Alves, BJJ black belt. Rafael Alves, who has not fought in what is that? What's on this dude fought? It's 2001. Mark Casey beat him by guillotine choke when Mark Casey was pretty much supposed to spoil his night. He was a plus 200 underdog when he cashed there. Then he lost to Damir Ismagulov by unanimous decision. Damir's tough, so you can't really blame him on that. And he's finished by guillotine choke KO. This guy is an absolute animal. He's 5'8", 68-inch reach, fighting out of Brazil. 31 years old. He's fighting Drew Dober, who's obviously another specimen here from the United States. I believe he trains at Elevation in Denver, Colorado, 24-11, 33 years old, 5'8", with a 70-inch reach. He's on a one-fight win streak himself after coming back from the Brad Riddell loss. He beat Terrence McKinney to knee to ground strikes in round 1. And then lost to Brad Riddell, unanimous decision. Islam Makhachev, triangle round 3. He's got a submission weakness. He's lost 4 times by sub. And I 3 or 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 times he's lost the submission, and that's where I don't like it because Alves is a black belt. Right now, Alves is a underdog, I believe, at a plus 190 on 5 dimes, which I like a lot. I'm going to be throwing down 1 unit on Rafael Alves. I think his BJJ black belt is a little bit far superior than Drew Dober's. I feel like people are a little too high on Dober, even though I do love me some Dober, but negative 230 Dober on 5 dimes right now. I can't do that. So I'm going to be throwing down on the plus 190 5 dimes. Rafael Alves throwing 1 unit. What do you say, B?
This is a really good fight, man. And yeah, the price is a little bit high on Dober there, but Dober is the veteran. Dober is a little bit of the veteran there.
I know.
And he's good with the striking, but I don't like how he gets caught with these subs, man. I don't like it. Nope. And if you watch Rafael Alves, that man is a nightmare when it comes to submissions, man.
Yep.
That dude should be training at Team Alpha Male. The way this man snatches backs and necks, that shit is nightmarish. It is nightmarish. That grip is insane. He could pull guard to get that grip. He could jump on that neck. Even if he lets go one arm, that tightness that he could get on a one arm choke is freaking insane, man. He's good with his striking. He's pretty good with his striking and good with his movement. We do like Dober's movement a lot because of his kickboxing background.
We've always liked that. Yep.
We like that. We like the chin. We like his chin. But Alves don't need to knock him out. Alves just needs to rock him a little bit or just put him on a little something where he
Club
can
himself.
manage to grapple and get those positions needed to either wear him out or get the submission. Alves also has a couple KOs, TKOs, I think, on his ledger. Dober's my dude, though, man. Look at that. Look at that. He got those model looks, that granite chin. But chins don't protect you from a sub, bro. And that's the problem. So I'll take Alves, man. Alves, he hasn't fought since like last year. So I think Alves will come in a little bit fresh. He got a little bit more training under his belt. He looked really good at the weigh-ins. I think he's gonna come out there and do the damn thing, man. We might see another good finish from him. So
Nice.
I'll take Alves. I'll take Alves over Dober.
Nice. I love him when B agrees with ones I throw down. Like I said, the line just is a little off for the BJJ black belt for a guy who's been sub 4 times when he loses. So I like all the things pointing that way. We'll find out next week. Plus 190 Alves. Next fight is Alex Murano takes on Matt Selzenberger. I'm going to let you jump into that first, B.
This shit is going to be fun. And before we even start, I'm going to take Matt Selzenberger. But I'm going to explain to you why.
Oh, damn. He jumps on him like that. Like the Titanic. Like the Titanic fucking riding the ship home down.
First off, we got Alex Morono. And this should go down as one of the fight of the night potential fights. But Alex Morono, the Great White, is 21-7. 31 years old, 5'11" with the 72-inch reach. He's trained out of Gracie Barra Woodlands. Gracie Barra. Out of Houston, Texas. Also trained with the Fortis MMA guys, of course. Shout out Alonzo Menefield. Yeah, man. 3-fight winning streak. He beat Mickey Gall, unanimous decision. David Zawada, he beat by unanimous decision. And Donald Cerrone, he finished. Standing TKO, 4 minutes, 40 seconds. He did lose to Anthony Pettis. Reese McKee, he beat. Lost to Chaos Williams by knockout. Morono's been out here for a minute. You know, he's on the outside looking in at the rankings of the welterweight division. He's been a standout, though, for quite a while. Puts on good fights. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the Joe Lozon of the welterweight division almost. Because man got submission skills. Only uses them when necessary. Most of the time he wants to scrap. Puts himself in risky situations. Matt Selzenberger. He said we could finish Donald. Matt Selzenberger.
Everybody can finish Donald, sadly, now.
Seriously, man. Semi the Jedi, Matt Selzenberger. 10-3, man. 29 years old, 6'1" with the 75-inch reach. Currently riding a 2-fight win streak. Crazy 88 Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is where he trains at. As we said, the 2-fight win streak. He fought AJ Fletcher. That was a hell of a fight. Fletcher came out big boy, throwing shots, was getting the wrestling. The crazy thing about it, we learned Selzenberger's wrestling. For folks that didn't see Selzenberger before he came into the UFC, we got to see Selzenberger wrestle and take down AJ Fletcher. And Fletcher is a big body boy, and he took that man down. Shit. Martin Sano, that was homeboy. That was Diaz's homeboy. He got smoked in 15 seconds back at UFC 266. He did lose to Chaos Williams, but he showed up and knocked out Jason Witt with a counter right. Jason Witt, the only guy to get knocked out with a counter left, straight left hand, and a straight right hand in the UFC. What the fuck? And
we cashed Matt there versus Jason.
Yeah,
Witt.
we did.
Money.
We did.
Easy money.
We did. Carlton minus. He beat him in his debut. And so with this fight here, man, we taking Matt Selzenberger.
He ain't no great white. He's a little tiger shark.
We taking Matt Selzenberger. And why is this? Morono's a tough guy. He got a tough chin, but his chin is crackable. Selzenberger got power in his hands. Selzenberger can also wrestle. Morono doesn't quite wrestle. He gets his jiu-jitsu. He puts his takedowns in, sure. I don't think Selzenberger is going to be sitting there talking about, all right, Morono, come near me so you can get some of this wrestling in. Nah. I think Selzenberger is too big for that boy. I think he's too rangy for that boy. He's going to tag up on Morono, and I think he's going to put Morono away. This might be the big win for Selzenberger here, man. I'm taking Selzenberger. He sizes up those punches really well, puts people at the end of his shots, sleeps those motherfuckers when he can. That's why we taking Matt Selzenberger. Morono, you're dope on commentary. When you do the regionals, that's pretty cool. But you're getting smoked out here, man. It's Matt Selzenberger, dog. That's what we're going with. Let's go.
Getting smoked like a motherfucking menthol from the BX, son. You could count it here. Matt Selzenberger right now, he's a -160 favorite on 5 dimes. I'm throwing down 1.6 units on Matthew Selzenberger. He's bigger, stronger. When he cracks Alex Murano in his fucking head, I can already see Alex Murano fucking giving you the fucking Bambi leg sideways and shit from one fucking wild right or left because he just is so hittable, quittable. So I love this fight here. And if you look at the weigh-ins, Matt Selzenberger looked beefy, strong, and he looked like he's coming along. And so we'll throw down that 1.6 units on Matt Selzenberger to do the damn thing versus the great white Alex Murano. The next fight of the night is Magomed Ankalaev is taking on Anthony Lionheart Smith. And this is going to be
main card time, y'all.
Dude, this is going to be a great card. This is going to be a great fight here. Obviously, you have Anthony Smith, the BJJ black belt stud. So much experience. He's been in there with the best of the best. With this matchup, you have the 4 years elder is Anthony Lionheart Smith. The height is 1 inch taller, 6'4" versus 6'3". Anthony Smith is a little taller, 1 inch on the reach for Anthony Lionheart Smith, 76-inch versus the 75-inch. With this said, man, Magomed has not really fought like the craziest competition in the sense, in my opinion. And so I know. Yes, he's good, and yes, he's big and strong, and he has all but he's not like the craziest striker in the world. And he has, I guess he's got the glitch from Paul Craig from the triangle that he lost, but you can't really count that fully. Ah, man, he beat Nikita Krylov. Fuck, I got to take it back. He's not as exciting as some people would like him to be because he's won the last 3 fights by unanimous decision. But I feel like this could be a fight where he comes out and knocks the chiclets out of Anthony Lionheart Smith's teeth while he's down on the ground. But you can't count out Anthony Lionheart Smith, man. This dude has been in there with the best of them. Definitely seen a little bit better competition because he has fought John Jones, has been in there with Glover Teixeira, Ratchik. Man, if this was like Smith a long time ago, I could jump on it more, but I just can't, man. I feel like Magomed is gonna break his teeth into the ground and or sub him. I feel like his ground game is good enough. -550 favorite, nothing I want to touch. Not gonna touch it with nothing. I wouldn't parlay it even because I don't trust him enough in the sense. But I do believe he is the superior side in this matchup. But do you think that Anthony Lionheart Smith has a chance, Pete?
If you're going to bet this fight, you can take Magomed Ankalaev as the safe side. I don't think there's really any money to make if you do take Ankalaev, though. I look at this fight as a dog or pass. Anthony Smith. Magomed Ankalaev. First of all, let's talk about Magomed, right? Magomed got reach. Magomed got size. Magomed can wrestle. Magomed rather stand and strike with people. Magomed's been real safe with a lot of his fights, though. When was the last time Magomed Ankalaev got a finish? Was it Dalcha Lungiambula? I think he beat up Dalcha. Yeah. No. It was Kudalaba, my fault. It was Kudalaba. He finished it with a Kudalaba, my fault.
Yeah,
that's right.
Well, he finished him twice.
Yeah, he did. He did. But before that, he fought Dalcha. He finished Dalcha. But it was Kudalaba, yeah. because they said no, it was too early. Then they fought him again, and he knocked him out the same exact way. Fucking crazy.
Kick Your Bass never says that he likes someone without them winning usually, and he likes Smith, and he thinks he's gonna get smoked. So that shows you. Go buy some weed, watch the fight. Don't be betting on it.
But yeah, man, good sambo wrestler. He uses wrestling when necessary. He fights really well. Very, very high level fight IQ is Magomed Ankalaev. Dope, cool. 17-1. Then you got Anthony Smith. I like to read something that Anthony Smith said on Thursday. He said, and I quote, if you watch the press conference, I'll shorten this down. He talked about how good he was. Doesn't make mistakes. He's never out of position, which is all correct. But he says he's in the belief that Magomed Ankalaev has been in 18 mixed martial arts competitions and zero fucking fights. So Saturday night, he's going to be in a fight. And Anthony Smith has a list of fights, bro. Long list. He should have. That's way too many fights for a dude his age that Smith is taking, bro. But that's that old school MMA mentality. Let's take fights when you can, and so hopefully you blow up. Now Smith got a jiu-jitsu background. Smith's jiu-jitsu is super underrated, and Smith is capable of taking a motherfucker's back. I think he can manage to take Ankalaev's back. Question is, does he have the strength to maintain that position? Whether it's standing or on the ground. I think Smith can strike with Ankalaev. I think Smith, you know what I mean? The reach is going to be like, we can't even really talk about the reach because reach is goddamn near almost similar because of the way that Ankalaev fights. But for Smith to fight him, Smith got to fight and make himself longer. Work his punches in there. Try to get those positions or hold those positions down for like 3 rounds. I do kind of question Ankalaev a little bit because we never really see somebody put pressure on Ankalaev. But Ankalaev is so damn good. It's like, yo, how can you doubt Ankalaev's ability? Then we got to think about the fact that, as we said, Smith got submissions. Ankalaev got caught by Paul Craig.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's been a minute since he did. It's been a minute since he got caught.
Not Paul Craig anymore.
It's been a minute. Who knows if Smith could possibly do something the same way? I mean, that boy submitted Alexander Gustafsson. You know what I mean? And he got some skills. If you want to bet, probably go about the dog or pass, or you want to be safe, you take Ankalaev. I'm going to say, I'm be surprising. I'm going to say Smith. I'm going to take Smith. I'm going to be crazy and I'm going to take Smith.
Yeah, well,
I'm going to be crazy and take Smith.
Will Smith said the same thing. He wants to throw a dart on Anthony Smith, and I think that it could happen. That's why you heard a little bit of stuttering when I started the whole damn breakdown, because like I thought about it. I'm like, man, you want to throw something on Anthony Smith, but I just can't. I've seen him give up his teeth in the ring. I've seen him say things that were dumb in the press conference. But plus 800 is the decision prop for Anthony Lionheart Smith. So if you do like Anthony Smith by decision, something fishy, plus 800 is the minimum number. I saw plus 900 or more. So for Anthony Lionheart Smith by decision. So, you might want to throw a little dart at that, and you could possibly win yourself and your lady a nice dinner. So with that said, the next fight of the night is going to be an absolute treat. B, you get to break it down first. Alexander Pantosia takes on Alex Perez.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be sick.
All right, cool.
This is a sleeper fight.
Man. Cool, man. Alexander Pantosia, Alex Perez, man, 2 of the top flyweights in the division. Really good guys, man. Perez formerly fought for the flyweight title, came off the Contender Series. Really good skills, man. Alexander Pantosia came off a tough Latin America. That's another dangerous mofo who's been knocking at at the door for a minute. Hasn't gotten a shot yet. Kind of been derailed a little bit on and off. It is what it is. But let's go to Alex Perez, man. 24-6. 30 years old, 5'6" with the 65.5-inch reach. Out of California. Currently riding a 1-fight losing streak. Out of one of my favorite low-key gyms, Team Oyama. Team Oyama. Shout out to Ian McCall.
JR Gomez just got in the house, so I had to show him his banner. Get it.
What's up? What's up?
Get it.
Yeah, what he said? You see what he said? He said, if I win the lotto tonight, not only will I pay you the $5 I owe you, I'm gonna give you $5 every day.
This shicey motherfucker. I tell him he owes me $1 million when he says how much he owes me, because every single time that he bets some or something happens, like it just keeps adding on, like, you know, over the long life that we've been friends. And so I just like, you know, I just say $1 million, you know, just call it $1 million. Call it, give or take $1 million.
Oh my god.
Get his ass kicked at golf by 6 strokes last time, but he doesn't want to talk about that either.
But yeah, man, Team Oyama is what he representing. As I said, shout out to the homie Ian McCall, the real flyweight king. And I know it's Mighty Mouse, but I'll talk about that one day. But yeah, man, and the current strawweight champion, Carla Esparza. That's my girl, the Cookie Monster. Let's go. But yeah, man, our boy was supposed to fight Matt Schnell like ages ago, and that didn't happen because if something didn't happen to Alex, it happened to Matt, and then it happened to Alex, and then it happened to Matt. So they never booked that fight. So he was gonna fight Askar Askarov, but then they scratched that too. So he's fighting Pantosia. Last time we seen him, which is funny because we haven't seen him since 2020 when he fought Figueiredo and lost. Lost by guillotine choke in the first round. He beat Formiga on leg kicks, which is fucking insane. Beat that dude on leg kicks in round 1. Jordan Espinoza.
Finally, my lady brought my beers, bro. I love you.
Awesome. Cheers. Awesome. He fought Jordan Espinoza. He beat Espinoza by arm triangle choke. And that was actually, that was one of the times I did pick against Espinoza, huh? And then he beat Mark De La Rosa by unanimous decision. Last loss was to Joseph Benavidez, but that's Joseph Benavidez. Come on. Perez got wrestling, man. Perez can wrestle. Perez is fast as hell. Perez got those ill-ass leg kicks, but he also got nice little boxing combinations on the feet. He carries a pace similar to like Ricky Simone. And it's crazy because Simone was a flyweight at one point. Then he went to bantamweight. So it's like, he carries almost that same pace. It's insane. Bonkers, bro. But he's going up against Alexander Pantosia. Alexander Pantosia, man. The Cannibal. 24-5. 32 years old, 5'5" with the 68-inch reach, representing Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and American Top Team. Currently riding a 2-fight win streak. He beat Brandon Royval by rear naked choke submission. That was ugly. Manal Kopp, he beat by unanimous decision. That was something. Askar Askarov, he lost to. Matt Schnell, he knocked him out. Well, knockout, TKO. Caught him with the overhand right. Put that man out. Davison Figueiredo, he lost to by unanimous decision. That was when I learned that Davison Figueiredo is a real asshole. Yeah. And his one power right hand is insane. But yeah, man. He picked up a lot of good wins in the flyweight division. He's good with his striking. He is good with his jiu-jitsu. But I wonder how good is his jiu-jitsu going to be compared to our boy Alex Perez's wrestling. That is the big deal here. Perez is gonna have a speed advantage over Pantosia. That's already to be said. Plus, he's been off. So, a lot of time to rebuild and get better and do your things. But also, he was off, but he also had a lot of injuries in between. He had the bad weight cuts. He had the bad injuries. So, I don't know if that took a toll on his body or not. On this shit, I want to say that Perez comes back. Perez handles himself. But with all these damn layoffs in between these fights due to questionable injuries and all this shit, I might lean towards Pantosia on this one, man. I might lean towards Pantosia.
Listen,
It's a very risky fight to take though. If I'm gonna take Pantosia though, because of Perez's wrestling and his speed, as I said. But I think Pantosia's had enough experience where he should be able to get a little bit of the reads possibly, and probably wrap up Perez in a lot of that jiu-jitsu like Davison Figueiredo did. I think he could possibly do that stuff, and then we got to see. So I'm going to probably take Pantosia. I'll probably take Pantosia on this one.
yeah, I mean, you made some good points about Alex Perez, and I do like him a lot, man, because of the fact that he's Mexican, he's got a good gas tank. He used to fight with Alliance MMA with El Del Fierro and Dominic Cruz and them back in the day. So, dude's been around for a long time. But as you were breaking this down and we were going through the records and whatnot, I saw something on Alex Perez's record that makes me suspect. Not only did he tap to Davison Figueiredo by guillotine choke round 1, he lost to my cousin in 2016 to armbar in round 1 at Tehachapi PF27, Jared Papazian. I love you, cuz, but like, let's be real. If you're subbing this motherfucker, there's no fucking way that BJJ black belt of Pantosia is not gonna fucking absolutely strangle and mangle the motherfucker. I feel like Pantosia is gonna fucking choke this dude out, and it's gonna be fucking fast, bro. I mean, there's levels to rolling. If you look at Alex Perez, he doesn't even list it. Like, his jiu-jitsu accolades are not posted. He's not a guy who's rolling every day. He's not like, he's one of those dudes that's been rolling 20 years and he's still a blue belt. So what's up, Roman Francis? Appreciate you guys on Facebook.
Yep.
Please like and subscribe. Really helps me on YouTube and the algorithm here. But with Pantosia, you guys forget this dude is slick as fuck, dude, man. Pantosia is. McCann Cape is a decorated striker. To some people, they're like, oh, he's not that good. He's actually really good in the sense because, Pantosia was able to stand with him and do what he wanted and then go on the ground and do what he wanted either way. Askarov, ton of people are high on him and because of his wrestling, which kind of superseded the jiu-jitsu of Pantosia. Matt Schnell. Now look how much we appreciate Matt Schnell after the fucking shit that he just did. Then he lost to Davison Figueiredo again. Big deal. Unanimous decision. Alex Perez couldn't last one fucking round with Davison Figueiredo, and now I'm expecting him to do something different with the fucking ATT fucking OG Alex Pantosia. Not a fucking chance, bro. There's no fucking way. Right now, the odds makers have Pantosia at a negative 157 on 5 dimes, throwing down 1.57 units on money line because I believe Pantosia is the far superior athlete. I do believe the submission prop has a warrant is warranted on firing for Pantosia. It's at a plus 350, give or take, depending on what your book is. But either way, man, like I said, if my cousin could submit Alex Perez, you better fucking believe if Pantosia gets this dude to make one fucking mistake, he's going to be in a world of hurt. So is what it is, but that's what I got to go with this bout. But it's going to be one of the funner fights of this card that I cannot wait to watch. So next fight is Derek, the Black Beast Lewis takes on Sergey Pavlovich. I'm going to let you jump into that one first, B.
All right, cool, man. Derek Lewis versus Sergey Pavlovich, man. I think Sergey's in the bottom of the rankings in the 15. He's in the bottom 10. We got number 5, Derek Lewis. Big opportunity here, y'all. Derek Lewis is 26-9, former two-time title challenger, interim, and the undisputed title. He fought Gone for the interim, DC for the undisputed at UFC 230. I don't know. That shit was wild. But yeah, man. Derek the Black Beast Lewis is 37 years old, 6'3" with the 79-inch reach. Currently riding a 1-fight losing streak, representing that Houston, that H-Town. But it's crazy because they're fighting in Dallas on Saturday.
Yeah.
But still, man, that's dope.
Texas, baby. Texas
Hell
barbecue.
yeah, man. Our boy Derek Lewis is kind of he's been in a little bit of trouble recently,
My
man.
balls is hot.
Hell yeah. We're Ronda Rousey fan, sir. My balls is hot. The fuck what you talking about?
You better give me
DC,
some
you
Popeyes. Don't be
Word,
disrespecting my Popeyes.
disrespecting the chicken.
Hey, that's serious shit. That spicy chicken from Popeyes is fire.
Hell yeah. But yo, man, our boy, last time we seen him, he lost in Texas. In a barn burner against Tai Tuivasa, man. Tuivasa stopped him. That shit was crazy. By KO, man. He beat Chris Dawkins. Knocked out Chris Dawkins. But then lost to Cyril Gahn. Knocked out Curtis Blades. Knocked out Olenek. Had that decision against Latifi. Split decision against Blagoy Ivanov. Man's fought damn near the whole heavyweight division in his time. Big KO power regardless. He's shaving weight now. He's getting a little bit more fit. I seen him in the weigh-ins. And, you know, I never really looked at Derek Lewis at weigh-ins. But, yo, the first time I looked at his face, and I was like, yo, this dude really does lose weight at the weigh-ins, bro. But I be wondering how much weight does he cut for a heavyweight, like to be a heavyweight.
Roman, don't you be ruining my fantasy with Popeyes. I ain't never seen no chicken feathers, but I take your word for it. But don't fucking be ruining my Popeyes.
But he's going up against Sergey Pavlovich, man. Sergey's 15-1, 30 years old, 6'3" with the 84-inch reach. So 5-inch reach advantage, folks. Currently riding a 3-fight win streak, representing Russia. And there's an underlying thing about this, and we're going to talk about it. Last fight he had, he stopped Shamil Abdurakhimov. Punches to ground and pound, round 1. Also, side note, Shamil is going to be fighting Jalton Almeida sometime soon. I think it's on the UFC 280 card. I could be wrong. But it's sometime soon. Almeida, the same guy who beat Parker Porter just a little while ago, is going to be fighting that guy at heavyweight again.
Nice.
Fucking ridiculous. But yeah, man. He beat Maurice Green by punches, but that's Maurice Green. And he beat Marcelo Golm. Stopped Marcelo Golm back in 2019. This guy, Sergey Pavlovich, has a Greco-Roman wrestling background. This motherfucker can actually wrestle. And a few years ago, I actually watched him wrestle. And, yo, this dude could really wrestle. But he said to hell with all that. And I'm going to come and storm at you. I'm going to put these hands. I'm going to bless you. And you're going to go to sleep. Nighty-night. It's a wrap. That's how he does all his fights. He says to hell with his wrestling. We might see his wrestling here unless he's going to be really willing to use that 5-inch reach advantage to beat Derek Lewis on the feet. I think he's batshit crazy to try to throw down with Derek Lewis on the feet because we don't quite know about his chin. Derek Lewis can hit motherfuckers. We've seen Derek Lewis sleep people for real. Pavlovich got speed, and, you know, Pavlovich is going to throw them hands. I think Derek Lewis is going to get that redemption time here, man, in Dallas.
Oh, man.
I think it might be redemption time, man. I think he's going to do one for Texas. He's on the slow side, man. I know taking them last 1 and 2 in his last 3 fights. Finished in those fights as well. It's tough, man. But I think he's going to get the demons off his back. He's going to show up. He's going to have to avoid some nasty winging shots from that boy Pavlovich, though. But I think he might get in the bag, man.
Yeah, man.
I think he's going to take in the bag. It's scary, but I'm gonna ride with Derek, man. I'm going to ride with Derek. And yes, wrestling is important. But it's because Pavlovich don't wrestle.
Yeah.
That's the shit that makes me say it. Go ahead.
And yeah, you're making such good points, and that's why, like Pavlovich, if you look at his record, he doesn't have any submissions, none at all, because he likes to stand and bang, and he likes to strike, and he likes to kill him round one. Um, Derek Lewis is really not the dude that you want to play Russian roulette with right hands. I just really feel like that's a bad idea. So, but Derek Lewis is shown very vulnerable to body punches, body kicks. And I highly suspect that Sergey is going to come in there with some vicious knees or kicks to the body very quickly on in the fight, or some wrestling, like you said. Because if you're not shooting for takedowns and tiring him in the first round, then you need to be kicking him in his fucking chest and in his stomach and in his body and his liver, and just really putting a beat down on his lower body, on his legs. Something has to give. So either we're going to see a Sergey Pavlovich that we have not seen, which is possible, is more possible to me, but he's been knocked out before. The only time he's ever faced someone ever, really, his only test, Alistair Overeem knocked him out in round one, and that was 4 years ago. Not Ubering, Overeem. Now, that's where you kind of won me with Lewis's side on there, man. I'm gonna be backing like him personally, like for fun. I'm gonna be hoping Derek Lewis can win here. But because I don't like quitting my athletes, because I've seen him just wince at body punches and kicks. If Sergey can get a front kick off or something into Derek's body early, Derek turns into a whole nother person.
And that's the shit that kind of worries me. Yeah.
So no bet here. I'm going to be cheering Derek Lewis on to win this fight here, because if Sergey did not get knocked out by Overeem, 4 years ago, and that was like 7-8 years ago, it would be easier for me to back him. I think that he's massive. I think that the Black Beast didn't even put his hands up into the dude's face like he normally does. He usually charges his competitor at the weigh-ins or does something aggressive. He kind of didn't do that at all this one, and it kind of it was something. I don't know if that's sensing something he sees, but we shall see. This is gonna be a great fight between these big boys, and a real heavyweight affair. The next fight of the night is Brandon Moreno takes on Kai Kara France for the second time. This fight is going to be absolutely phenomenal, man. This is for the interim championship belt, correct, B?
Yep.
So, with this here, Assassin Baby has switched camps. He is now with me and Mr. B's favorite possible coach, and that's James Krause over at Glory. Was it Glory Fitness MMA, right? Was that the name of it?
Yes, Glory MMA and Fitness, sir.
Yeah, and Glory MMA and Fitness. Sorry. So that's a really special thing now to see that Brandon Moreno has it over there. He's got scrambles to do with Tim Elliott. He's got striking that he could use, like I said, James Krause even, and some other athletes over there, and really get some really good looks in. If his cardio wasn't good enough, if his heart wasn't good enough, that's the thing that really scared me a lot. I was gonna before I found that out a week ago or so. I was gonna say that Kai Kara France was worth the dog money, because they barely edged each other in the fight that they fought each other the first time. Kai Kara France is a plus right now 5 dimes plus 170 negative 200 comeback for the champion or for Brandon Moreno, the favorite. And so Kai Kara France though trains with one of the best camps there is too, City Kickboxing. Israel Adesanya, Hooker, a bunch of other athletes that I'm forgetting right off the top of my damn head. But either way, he's got a lot of athletes to roll. Volkanovski, the most important one, idiot. So 29 years old towards 28 years old. The reach goes to Brandon Moreno by 3.5 inches. Pretty significant, 3 inches on height. This James Krause thing has changed my whole pick from thinking that the odds on the dog money for Kai Kara France was worth it to now thinking that Brandon Moreno is really got everything under him, eating real good, got a good dietitian, got a good coach, Everything just seems really good for Brandon Moreno, and I just cannot go against my Latin brother. So I got to go with Brandon Moreno, the assassin baby, to get it done again. B.
Yes, sir. And that's who I'm taking as well, man. It's gonna be a really good fight, high pace, man.
It's Kansas
um,
City. Oh yeah, you know what city? I don't know. Let me find out what city it is. B, because you can go, or Ryan, you could go visit.
yeah. Um, yeah, man. High pace fight. Really good fight between these two. Kai Kyle France has shown that he's there. Askar Askarov took that risk of fighting that man and came out in the worst way possible because man showed that if he can't wrestle, he's asked out. And Kai Kyle France showed him what it was. Poor Askar Askarov. There goes that hype. But yeah, man, really good fight between these two. Kai Kyle France improving the takedown defense, always a high level with the striking. Brandon Moreno, former champion. The growth and the progression on his way to winning that title was epic. It's still epic because he's still up there, man.
Hey, kick your bass is right down the street from there, bro.
Oh wow!
Yeah, because he's from Missouri, so he's fucking right down the street from there now. That's so sick, Ryan. We're gonna have to go over there and check out some of the training then together.
Yeah, man, go check that out, man. I seen the what is it? The UFC countdown. Yeah, and I was surprised, man. Well, yeah, and I was surprised, man, when I see our boy there. Our boy was there with D. James Krause. But more surprisingly, man, he's also taking up some jiu-jitsu classes with the Brennans. Former UFC competitor Chris Brennan, the West Side Strangler, a holder of 21 wins, 19 by submission, and his young son, the undefeated in Bellator, Lucas Skywalker Brennan, man. All wins by submission. I think most of them by submission, one by decision. So I was really impressed to see that shit. So, my man's taking his training really serious. And also, it was a good note to see that he's been doing the Spanish commentary for a lot of these fights, a lot of these events.
Cheers, boys.
And he said he's been sitting there and noticing, oh my God, he's there with the Modelo. Guys of the Modelo.
Don't get me going.
Hell yeah. He said he was looking and paying attention to coaches. And, what coach stood out to him the best. And he said it was James Krause. So he decided to take it, and there we go. A lot of good guys been trained by James Krause, men and women. And I like this fight a lot, man. Kai Kara France, fast, got power, got KO power, got submission skills. But he wilts under certain pressures. And my boy Brandon Moreno got a chin, man. That dude got a chin. That guy got heart. And one of the most important things, he will be the bigger of the two men here. He has been in those 5 rounders, huh?
He looks so healthy and strong, Moreno did.
Yeah. Also, he knows how to fight long, which is one of his killer attributes, and needed attributes in this fight. Because he could stretch out that jab, stretch out the straight hand punches, shorten and pull back, and try to get these takedowns and mix it up. Carl France, he got his work cut out for him, man. I'm gonna take Brandon Moreno because Brandon Moreno's been in it. He's been in these 5-round wars already. He is tough as nails, man. And he coming back. He coming back for real. So I'm gonna take Brandon Moreno, man. Hey, I think Brandon might get it done. Within the distance. You gotta take not before a decision. I see him getting it done probably within 3 rounds. I'm gonna say that within 3 rounds. I think Brandon Moreno beats Kai Kara France.
Under 4.5 is plus 135. B.
It's insane, man. I'm gonna take him, but my personal is I'm gonna take him inside the distance, man.
I like that plus 140 for under 4.5. And then you don't have to pick a side really on these two because Kaikar France could do that possibly too. I think he could knock him out. I do think Kaikar France has better striking than Brandon Moreno, and that's really the only thing. That's the real reason why I did want to bet on him because most statistically in rematches, the person that does not win the second time, even if they've won the first. So I like that, and then. But the James Krause and the Glory MMA and Fitness, I just cannot go against James Krause. He cares way too much. He is way too passionate. I've gotten fucked before. The few times I did not know James Krause was training someone, and then wished I could take my bet back because I don't want to bet on it anymore because James Krause is gonna fucking make it end up getting lose. So with this said, it's gonna be probably the best fight of the night. Is Brandon Assassin Baby versus Moreno versus Kai Kara France. And the reason why everyone is here, not really, the reason why this whole event was formed.
Oh, no.
Juliana Pena versus Amanda Nunes for the second fucking time. With this fight, oh, man. Everyone's like, oh my God, Amanda's in the best shape. I can't believe what great shape and all this. I can't blah, blah, blah. And I get it. She does look phenomenal shape. She looks stronger, looks better, looks all these things. I only contribute that to the fact that she's so close to the PI because of the tough season that they were doing, B. She was able to have the PI Performance Center feed her all those meals. She was able to go there and have the massage every day, have all the things to just, pamper herself and make her, stronger. So that's what I'm going to say. I still think that if Amanda Nunes does not get this done in the first round, and she gives her a good jolt, that Juliana Pena could win this in rounds 2, 3, 4, and 5. And Amanda Nunes, Amanda Pena. So Amanda Nunes, I think that I do not care. I really don't think that your gas tank has changed. I feel like she's gotten away with being a wild striker, much like Chris Cyborg was a long time ago. And when those big right hands don't silence someone, that doubt starts creeping and whatnot. But I thought the first fight was kind of fishy in the sense that Amanda Nunes did not fight the hands at all on the rear naked choke. So either she was that gassed or it was fishy. And I went with it was fishy back then. So if Amanda Nunes beats the fuck out of Juliana Pena this time in super easy, my fishy remark is definitely gonna hold true. But I really do think that Nunes gets tired and she's shown it slightly. And if Pena can get past round 1.5, she wins this fight. I'm gonna pick Pena because I don't like the quit that I saw in Nunes. What do you say, B?
All right. You're taking Pena.
Yep.
Now, for folks of you who follow the show, and Mike, you know about this, I have a personal bet with one man by the name of Army Vet.
Uh-oh.
If Amanda wins, I get bragging rights.
Oh.
But if she loses, next Friday, you will see me with a custom-made shirt that I have personally went out there and got the little designs for.
Damn.
And I will wear this shirt for the entire month of August.
Nice.
On the show. So every Friday, I will wear this show.
Yeah.
I will wear this shirt. This background you see is going to be her face. Her face.
No.
Juliana Pena's face.
No.
Juliana Pena's face.
Right. Oh my God, we both don't agree. We both disliked her for so long. But the thing is that I just can't back that.
You can't, but I have to.
You
I made this personal, so this is what it is. I have to wear the shirt that I got. I made the shirt.
I hope she kills you.
I got the background. I got the background, the Pena background. But here it goes.
This is how you know you guys are fucked. My best friend JJ agrees with you guys. So I no longer feel bad at all about my pick. I'm going with Penny.
There is a nervous air about this rematch. I will be so honest with you.
It's because it was fishy the first time. B they paid Amanda to flop.
Nah, Amanda did that to herself. We gotta keep it 100. If we're gonna keep it 100 as we always do, we gotta say it.
Then I'm picking Pena.
Nunes did it to herself because she fought the first round perfectly. Picked her off, landed those leg kicks, used distance, worked her jabs, her panning 1-2s, left it at that. Actually knocked Pena to the ground. Came back that round 2, got her aggressive, overly aggressive, and tried to knock her out. What the fuck was that? In the process, tires herself out. Pena puts her up to the cage. Versus gets a takedown, snatches back. Not even tight. She tapped, gassed. Within 2 rounds. What? Nunes went, packed up her things, did this whole change, got some custom people.
Took a vacation,
got a brand new set of people, started her own little personal camp. Yep, got it, you know what I mean? And they're training, so she got a gym where she could sleep there, she could have her family there, and she could still train. That's cool. That she was in the PI training. That's cool. And you talked about she looked great.
Your girl.
Did we not see the guns on Juliana Pena at the conference? Did we not see the guns on her when we did the weigh-ins?
It's like I don't know why. I don't even know why. Maybe because I'm part Mexican. Like I just have like.
She did have COVID too. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I'm part Mexican, I look at her and I see like my cousins or something, and then I see like these skinny chicken legs like I have, and like this upper body that shouldn't be on her, and then I'm just like, wow, I gotta get out of here.
But yo, Juliana Pena has upped her strength and conditioning for this fight. I know that for a fact. She's gonna use that shit. She's gonna go in there looking like iron. There you go. Cause you could beat up iron as much as you want, and iron's still gonna be iron, bro. And just like that, she went in there. It's a tough fight because Nunes has to stick to the keys. She has to beat her up. Like I said it before. She had to fight Pena the way she fought Pennington. And she didn't do that. She got aggressive, and she got folded by Pena now. She got to fight her and fight distance. Fuck a tie-up. Fuck a clinch. Beat her up with the leg kicks. Beat her up with the shots. Beat her on points and tag up on all parts of that body. If not, Pena's going to march through. She's going to eat those shots, and she's going to use that cardio, man. She out here looking like the female Colby Covington. You can't have her do this, bro. What the hell are we talking about?
And she pulled us in the weight cut. I thought she was going to be over because it took so long.
Word.
She looked good. Smiling.
Hell yeah. Smiling. A half pound under the weight. Come on, man. I got to pick Nunes. I got to stick with Nunes. But the aura, the air, the confidence in Pena makes me very, very nervous.
I want you to lose so bad now.
It makes me very, very nervous, bro. Very nervous.
Get that shirt
Then
ready.
People were pointing out how she looked at the weigh-ins when she was trying to flex Nunes, and she had a little nervous face and like a little nervous look. And then folks are talking about, huh?
Did you see Pena's little daughter fucking score up and put her fists up to fucking
yeah.
That was so cute, bro. I was like, dude, my sons would do the same thing.
For real, man. It's really, really awesome to see that, man. But yo, I'm going with Nunes. It's gonna be very, very, very tough.
Nah, be sober.
Very tough, bro.
Be sober when Kenobi, like on Star Wars.
But it's very, very tough. It's super scary. It's nightmarish. But I'm taking Nunes, dog. I'm taking Nunes.
I love how you're really scared though, because it makes me feel so much better. Because if you're scared, right? If you're scared And my best buddy JJ, who I always are competitive with, just fucking around doing everything: horseshoes, golf, baseball, doesn't matter. Only thing he can beat me at is baseball, and barely. And so either way, but the point is that you're scared. He's on your side. I love it. I love it. If I could get a Nunes W to this week just for fun, and you have to show up wearing that thing, I'll laugh too. But I totally forgot. Remember, Army Vet used to harass you and me on Haps?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I totally forgot because where's Army Vet, Ben? Army, you better get your ass over here, son. All those Haps fools need to get over here. Please like, subscribe, and show some love. But either way, so with that said, that's Juliana Pena versus Nunes for the second time. B's going with Nunes. I'm going with Pena. And we shall see next week what B is wearing and what we be saying, because B might be swearing. With
Lord,
that said,
please.
that's this episode of Coach's Corner. B, you want to shout out your Twitter handle?
Of course, man. Catch me on Twitter, Mr. B at Mr. B 1986. Hit me up on the DMs for a question. I post fight announcements and a whole bunch of other stuff, and you can see what be tinkering in my mind through tweets. Also, if we do happen to lose next Saturday, we happen to lose. I happen to lose, and Pena wins on Saturday. Not only will you see the shirt worn through these episodes, but I'll have a profile picture on Twitter of me in the shirt. Yeah, it's going down like that. That's a super gentleman's bet. It's going down like that. It's really like that, but that's how it's going down.
I appreciate you being here. And when that's UFC 277, Pena versus Nunes 2, and these bets for Cope's Corner. Until next week, until next time, let's fucking roll, baby.
Yes, sir.